observe that his team's greatest strength is its discipline. Well, for what he describes as the match which will put the winner in pole position in the race, he's able to call again on his captain, Roy Keane, back from a one-match suspension, and also Paul Scholes, similarly indisposed on Sunday, though in Scholes' case, he only chooses him as a substitute alongside the nearly fit again Ryan Giggs. In his absence, and that of Dennis Irwin, who has a groin strain, the left side places are filled by Philip Neville and Jesper Blomqvist. In contrast, Arsene Wenger is without two players suspended, Manu Petit and Dennis Bergkamp. But Tony Adams and Lee Dixon, injured on international duty last Wednesday, are both fit again. And Nwankwo Kanu, the former African Footballer of the Year, is given his Premiership debut. The busy Gary Willard is the referee. Huddersfield on Saturday, Wimbledon yesterday evening, Old Trafford tonight. It's not a professional job, but it's taking up a lot of his time. The top scorers, 59 goals for Manchester United in 25 matches against the best defence, only 11 conceded by Arsenal in 24. It's what foreigners would anticipate is a typical Manchester evening. It's been raining most of the day, fine rain, the pitch is quite damp. And just in case you're not sure, it's Arsenal who are wearing the change strip of yellow. Two early touches for Kanu. And here's Anelka, restored to the side after being rested against Sheffield United in the match that now never was. Dwight York. Yapstam. Blomqvist on the left touchline. Cole furthest forward. York just behind him. Philip Neville. Tony Adams wins the first of what will probably be many headers.
An intriguing midfield battle here tonight. Button Keane against Hughes and Vieira.
This is Ray Parlour. Open up a bit for him. Anelka. Kanu on the penalty spot. Overmars just behind him. Parlour did well. He was given a bit more room than Alec Ferguson would have been pleased about.
There's a good ball in there, Parlour, and he took his shot rather quickly.
Free kick against Blomqvist. Dixon takes it early and almost catches Peter Schmeichel out. Good, quick piece of thinking by Dixon.
Absolutely, almost an audacious opportunity there, and Schmeichel followed it all the way, but I have to say Manchester United weren't bright and ready for that one. It was a direct free kick.
Bold, improvised a little bit, I'm a little suspicious of the left arm.
It's a foul night, but both sides have started briskly and getting the ball down and playing. The touch has got to be good, the passing accurate, because the pitch is wet and it's fast.
But available. Vieira biding his time, but has to concede the corner, or does he? Yes, he does. He doesn't think he has, but the referee's assistant on the far side made it quite clear that it was a corner. Good struck corner. Came off the head of York. Scored in 5 consecutive Premiership matches. Needs to score in 3 more to match the record held by Liam Whelan back in season 56-57. Anelka trying to get inside, Jonsson, and Schmeichel couldn't get hold of it. Canny play by Kanu. And again, the Manchester United goalkeeper in danger of being embarrassed. Keane. Blomqvist. Across the face of the defence. Nice little flick on, though, by York. And here's Cole. Oh, York got there first. Cole perhaps was better placed.
Attention please, this is a message from Mr. John Stokes from Darnhill. Mr. John Stokes from Darnhill, please contact the club steward. Thank you.
Manager of the month. Maybe manager rather longer if he's successful in the European Cup. Here's Overmars, they left him. And he didn't take the opportunity, there was no flag on this side. And the Manchester United defenders were all watching. This is when the pass comes, no question of him being offside, he was clearly on, and it was a real chance.
And for the briefest of seconds there, Gary Neville thought and misthought that Schmeichel was in a position to gather that ball, and it was Gary Neville that played him onside there, and Overmars may regret that, we shall see.
Battle between Butt and Parlour, and here is Cole with Bold. York has pulled away to the far post, but wasn't seen, and the England goalkeeper gets away with a half error.
Wonderful composure by the Arsenal defenders, not for the first time.
A little bit over-eager at the moment. Adams first, then Vieira. The first time the temperature has gone up.
Well, Dixon making me eat my words there about composure, sliding in on his backside, giving Manchester an advantage, but Dixon, Adams and particularly Bold, so assured in their defending. Here's the chance, taking on inside, early shot, fast ankle action, and the Predator awaiting at the back post, but Arsenal clear safely.
Indication that it's not one of the easier nights for goalkeepers. Very greasy ball. Here's Cole. Beautifully taken by Keane. Still Keane! Turned away by David Seaman awkwardly. But a stirring run by Roy Keane. Looked as though he couldn't make it. Managed to take it on. Bit of a dive in by Bold. And turned away.
Well, it was a superb 1-2 in the first place. A clever nutmeg. And then when you felt that he was odds on to score, Seaman thought to him.
Good header, Vieira. Beckham, it's a better cross. Stam came in a bit too far. Or maybe I should say the cross was a bit long for him. Blomqvist. His butt. And the referee looks and points, and it's a penalty. Right on the edge of the area. But that doesn't matter in the laws of the game. If it's a foul in the area, it's a penalty. And it was a challenge, in fact, on Johnson by Parlour.
Well, the ball had gone and Parlour didn't really have to do that. Vieira was coming across. I don't think Gary Willard was in a very good position, I have to say that. And I think at the last second, Parlour did try and avoid. I think Arsenal can feel a little hard done by that decision. Obstruction, maybe.
21 goals to his credit. Dwight York, 15 in the Premiership. He's wide. And just maybe, justice has been done.
Well, and then you have the Arsenal players going to the referee, making their protestations. So silly, and bookings for no reason at all. They're so thrilled, really, that he's missed. They're saying to Gary Willard, there's justice is done, he's shot wide, it should not have been a penalty in the first place. I think it was a difficult decision for the referee, because I really do believe he was in a very, very bad position. but I'll stick to my original feeling, obstruction.
Here's Dwight Yorke as Vieira got away with a suspiciously looking handball. Here's Beckham, gets it in early, and Cole moves beautifully around Bold. Good save, David Seaman.
Oh, great save.
Cole really fleet of foot. Anelka tries to match that in pace terms, but on a really greasy surface. That was a wonderful piece of play by Andy Kelt. Produced a fine save for the England goalkeeper. It's warming up and becoming the match that one hoped it would become. Dixon to Parlour, who collected the yellow card for the penalty incident, and now Yorke, I think, will join him for that challenge on Vieira.
Attention please, this is a message from
Oh, Dwight Yorke's upset about that booking, because in a recent clash between the two, after he got the benefit of the free kick, he very quickly went to Vieira and shook his hand. There we see Cole just get in front there of Bold.
He was a bit fortunate, David Seaman. It hit his back leg as he was swinging to clear it with his right. Here's Gary Neville. David Beckham. Overmars. Dixon. Kanu. Just a moment then when he got about a quarter of a yard, but Stam snapped it closed.
Yeah, we described him in Marseille, I think, in the World Cup as a Steve Bold on skates, when people were suggesting he was slow, but he's quick enough.
And it's away by Stam. Arsenal's first corner coming in stoppage time. Yorke. That's well picked out to Blomqvist. Yorke far side. It's a poor cross, but it arrives at Beckham, who delivers a better one. Good fist out by Seaman. The last action of an interesting half, and the opportunity fell best to Dwight Yorke from the penalty spot. There's still a lot to play for in this one. Half-time, it's a blank score sheet. So into the second half of what is the 80th meeting for league points between these two teams at Old Trafford. And the match, incidentally, being played on the 54th anniversary of the appointment of still Manchester United's most famous manager, who became Sir Matt Busby. There's Blomqvist. Three waiting in the middle. Did well to get it back. Philip Neville turning back on his left foot to get the cross. Arsenal so far haven't seriously missed Manu Petit. It's impossible to say whether things would have been different had he been here. No score. Or Bergkamp, for that matter. Here's Parlour. Kanu. Oh, that's beautifully done. But then he took too long. It was Philip Neville went on the follow-up, and Anelka scores. but really wonderful play that started that. And Anelka, as a week ago, is the player to find the finish and put, on this occasion, not the French, but Arsenal in front.
A superb piece of deception by Kanu, receiving the ball there. He's started this half a little bit further up the field. He's already twice shielded the ball. There he has it, casually as you like, a little dummy, a left foot ball, then a nick, and a firm finish by Anelka, a man with confidence at the moment. There's the turn. And I suppose from Manchester United's point of view, they could say it was cruelly deflected to Anelka, but it was the skill of Kanu that set the goal up.
Hughes. They did the double last season, Arsenal over Manchester United, on their way to their ultimate triumph. They won 3-0 comfortably at Highbury back in September. Here's Dwight Yorke. Oof! There was a deflection on that.
Terrific play, look at that control. Then as he comes inside, not for the first time this game, and on his left foot, and the merest of deflections takes it skidding past Seaman's post.
Tony Adams had got back to him. Beckham hit to the back of the box, and up goes Keane, but up better went Bold. Parlour. Gary Neville's the back man.
There's a fabulous pass by Bold out of defence. He's been a real colossus so far in this game.
Solid again. Hughes in the right place and was pulled by Keane, and then this use of the arm, quite unnecessary, and Keane goes on. And Vieira this time for me is the innocent party, and the referee's opinion is what will count.
That certain yellow card for Keane. And Vieira tried to have nothing to do with it afterwards. Wisely stood away from it. He could have easily got involved there, and I think the Arsenal man will certainly escape punishment.
Oh, he just...
Oh, he's going to be booked. Well,
I think Vieira's very unlucky. My apologies to the referee, but I think that's done on reputation. He's just using his arm, he's being pulled back. But it's for that. And in fact, if you look at that, if the referee had that view, he would be entitled to send both off. But it is quite ridiculous, this tugging of shirts and shorts, and then Vieira raises his arm and Keane has the right hook. But it was Keane who started it, and they both received the same punishment.
always difficult for the referee when that type of incident happens so quickly, but it really was no more than a scuffle, and the punishment should be for the perpetrator of the foul.
Johnson. This could be a problem. Anelka, he's got Kanu up with him. Kanu's got himself into an offside position. Oh, I can't believe that. He just wasn't watching the build-up of the play at all.
Well, Anelka looked first for Overmars, and Overmars is a little bit disappointed he didn't get that ball.
That's well played, Parlour. Arsenal running the show. Parlour gives it away. No foul. Hughes. Kanu, run by Anelka. Just a little touch from Stam was enough to stop the ball reaching him. Gilchrist coming into the crowd. Keane has made a good forward run. Nicely spread out by Beckham to Philip Neville. And here is Andy Cole, and that is 1-1. It was Beckham who spread it out, Philip Neville who crossed it, and Andy Cole who met it.
There you see him get in front there, he pulls away, pulls off Bold superbly well, a mistake by Bold, but brilliant play by Cole there. He's got in between Bold, pulled away from him, and his movement has left him with a simple chance.
And the goal coming on the hour. Manchester United 1, Arsenal 1, Andy Cole's 19th of the season. And the combination of York and Cole reaches 40. And on comes Paul Scholes. An Arsenal two-maker substitution. Remy Gard coming on. Players going off. Blomqvist for Manchester United. And Kanu for Arsenal. Anelka got a bit of space to move into. Overmars, support behind him from Hughes, or now wide of him. And Overmars uses him by not using him. He tries a shot on what another sport would call the short side, but it never looked like making it.
Yeah, good support play by Hughes, which enabled Overmars to take the easy trip inside. But a wild finish with his right foot. There we see the goal. Cole heading cleanly. Seaman looks disappointed. And to be fair, slightly against the run of the play at the moment, that equaliser.
Overmars. Stam brought his hopes to a rather swift end. Ball down the middle by Beckham, and Cole delays for a moment, and rightly, then it gets deflected. It's a corner.
Great searching run that by Cole. Once he turned inside, he felt that there was another opportunity. York had gone to support him.
Beckham takes the corner, and everybody misses it. Plastic Max, much needed by those in the front rows. Scholes, out by Adams. Stam, pressure from Manchester United. Gary Neville, left by York, but it fizzed across the box a bit too much. Here's Roy Keane. Beckham unmarked on the right. And here's Cole. Didn't really get hold of the shot.
Twice in seconds, unselfish play by the two strikers, leaving the ball to run into the path. There's absolutely brilliant play by Dwight York. Completely baffling the Arsenal defender with that shimmy and dummy.
This was the earlier chance when he came back outside to give himself the angle. Two players down, but Bold got up to make the block. It's good to see that we've had some quality play in a match at the top of the championship, which matters every bit as much as a cup tie. Beckham's crossing is a good one, and Butt couldn't meet it.
Well, that's where Beckham's at his most dangerous. Getting in behind the defenders, crossing those balls with that fast curve. Invitation to score. That's a beauty.
And Ryan Giggs looks as though he's going to make a rather earlier entry than had been expected after his hamstring problems. And it's Nicky Butt who's coming off. And this, a risk by Alex Ferguson, it has to be said, bringing Giggs in because he wants to get the gap in the championship race before the onset of the European tournament. Vieira, nicely sorted out. Fowler. Vieira. Hughes. Bevis is going outside him. That's looking for Anelka. Got in front of his man. And Johnson looked at Philip Neville. And United escaped.
Could have been a great chance that, Anelka catching Johnson square on.
Lovely dummy again by York. Andy Cole goes for the shot. Disappointing one. They found it difficult to work those moves in the first half. They've had one or two in the second. Look at that.
The third super combination player this half. Seaman perfectly positioned. But if Cole would have looked up, maybe he would have just seen that space behind.
York. Well, just to get that extra touch, take it away from Vieira. Beautifully played by Giggs. And here is York, and he's missed! Not his night.
Well, he looked a certain score, a terrific play by Giggs, but Seaman came very quickly and he got the faintest of touches. There's that lovely turn on the inside, and as the ball drifted across, Seaman was quick and maybe he just didn't have the space to steer it home.
The goal kick has been given, although clearly the goalkeeper touched the ball. So Dwight York, unfortunate. Well played, Seaman. Scholes. Philip Neville. Square is Scholes. Scholes has gone through the middle and is totally blocked by Bull. Now what action is the referee going to take? There were plenty of people around, but he was going straight through the middle.
Well, it's a blatant obstruction, a clear yellow card, and some may say slightly fortunate, because if Scholes would have gone on there, looked as though it had completely opened up for him. There was a covering player on the left, I think it was Vivas.
The referee wants the wall further back and he's right. Beckham takes, strikes the wall, which was about 8 yards, and Keane blasts when he needed to keep a cool head.
Well, Dixon came across like a train there to block Keane. It looked a great opportunity. Here we see the free kick, blocked against the wall, a slightly fortuitous break.
Guard, Dixon, farther down that touchline, 3 in the middle. Hughes makes it 4. Very difficult for Kabadayawara to get into the match.
Yeah, Arsenal had their best spell when Kanu pushed forward in the early part of the second half with Anelka.
It ends at 1-1. Alec Ferguson has to settle for the draw. Arsene Wenger of the two managers will probably be the more pleased. 22nd draw in league matches between these two. United's 150th goal in the fixture on their own ground against Arsenal, not proving to be enough. Arsenal taking the lead in delightful style. The goal set up by Kanu and scored by Anelka. The head of Cole making it 1-1, and the championship race remains wide open still. Good match.
Yes, it was a good match, a very big battle, physically a very hard game, because it was on a very bad pitch and a very muddy pitch. And I would say we played very well until until Man United scored the goal, and after that we had 25 difficult minutes. But you have always had the feeling that we were dangerous, and in the end we played a great game.
But considering your absentees, you must be quite happy coming away from here with a share of the spoils.
It shows that the squad is not as weak as many people said, but we had to fight, and we had, I would say, every player gave everything tonight, and that's what we needed to get the result from here.
You went behind, of course, to a very good goal.
I was a bit fortuitous, I thought. The shot blocked, landed right at Anelka's feet, and it was just a side foot into the net. But I thought they started the second half better than us. I thought that we showed a bit of apprehension and nervousness about us. And in fact, actually, going behind the goal behind helped us. We unshackled ourselves and produced some terrific football, and we could have won it.
They made a better start than you did to the second half, didn't they?
Well, maybe they made a better start, but they didn't create real chances. And I think overall the game we had a lot of chances, and I think we were the better team.
Yeah, that's what the manager thinks too. So you're in line.
I think everybody thinks it was sort of game.
Well, it was a storming game, Mark, but I suppose United should have won it in the end, really, with the chances they had.
Well, they certainly, the chances that they made, yes, you would say that. I thought Arsenal started better in both halves, started very brightly at the start of the game, and Manchester United, they always seem to start slowly at Old Trafford, eventually got themselves into their stride. I thought Seaman was outstanding for Arsenal tonight, as of course was Adams and Vieira, but you would expect that anyway. And Arsenal did hold on at the end, but they don't crumble. It's a great thing about them. Even if they don't play particularly well, they're so difficult to beat. Best defensive record in the league. I mean, they brought big Stevie Bold in there tonight, and he's given them absolutely everything. And I just thought tonight that the difference would have been the Cole-York partnership. I mean, the combination of the two, making themselves lots and lots of chances. But if it hadn't been for Seaman and a bit of wayful finishing, really, I thought Manchester United would have won it and won it comfortably. Here we have Keane, again, always looking for the two of them. They've got a great movement, great little dummy there by York on that occasion into Cole, not a good finish. And it took them a while, really, Manchester United, to get the two of them going. Again, the same thing, almost identical. And now here you're just saying to York, you know, to Cole, just pass it to York, far better position than Cole was. But again, Seaman in a great position. Giggs came on, that was another mystery why he came on so late if he's fit. Another touch, and that really was the last chance that Manchester United had. But certainly, I mean, their Seaman, as you can see, was very good tonight. England form for me.
Giggs did make a difference to them, actually, and I mean, that augurs well for Europe, I suppose, that he's back to...
He's the only one that they can't replace. I mean, Blomqvist comes in and he gives them width on the left-hand side, but, you know, he's not a Giggs. And I think, you know, maybe Keane apart, Giggs is the one. But what I couldn't understand tonight was the fact that they took Blomqvist off, played Butt on the left for 10 minutes, and then brought Giggs back on. So I couldn't understand why they didn't put Giggs on anyway in the first place, because if there was any doubt, you wouldn't have risked him tonight. It was such a heavy pitch. So if you thought his hamstring was going to go, he wouldn't have even been on the bench, which was slightly bemusing, really.
Now, what about our man Kanu for Arsenal? He set up a goal, which they didn't want on Saturday. Yeah. And he set one up tonight, didn't he? I mean, there was a bit of good fortune about it in the end, but, I mean, his play down through the middle of the penalty area was superb.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've asked him tonight to play in the kind of Bergkamp role, just dropping off Anelka. Great skill. You know, he's just been thrown in the last couple of weeks. It's all a bit new to him. Obviously, Saturday, he wondered what all the fuss was about. And tonight, he started very brightly, ran out of steam in the end, but it was down to him, the Arsenal goal. I mean, got great skill, great awareness. Here's Parlour, who picks it up, central midfield. Manchester United retreating. There's Anelka, goes way out on the right-hand side. Here comes Kanu. All right, Manchester United should close him down, but it's just a great dummy, isn't it? 2 sugars in the tea for Yapstam. He's gone. And Kanu thinks, hello, I'm going to score. Great tackle by Philip Neville. And now you know, Des, why Anelka went in the outside right position, because he knew, and he'll tell you, he knew exactly where the ball was going to go.
Thanks, Mark. Now, Chelsea won at about 2 places into 5th. None of the bottom 3 were in action, and Everton took advantage by moving 4 points clear of the relegation zone. Coventry remain in trouble.